Hey, what's up, guys? Today I want to talk about the differences between the internals on the counterfeit Combat Troodon and the authentic Combat Troodon Gen 2. I made a video a couple days ago going over the external differences and the blades and everything. So if you want to know more about that, you can check that video out if you want. Also, I wanted to throw this in there too. So this is the box for the counterfeit Combat Troodon. This is the box for the authentic. If you're looking for an authentic Combat Troodon, that's something else to look out for. That's another reason why I'm making these videos, in case somebody could get scammed. They kind of know more what to look for. So anyway, we'll get started. I took these apart already. So starting off with the most obvious difference, the track is pretty different. The mechanism is the same, but you can see that the quality of the track on the counterfeit is definitely not as good as the authentic Combat Troodon, which makes sense. I mean, this one, after all, goes anywhere from $38 to $55, depending on if you get it for on AliExpress or DHgate, whereas the genuine Combat Troodon goes for about $530. So it's a $500 difference in the price tag. So you'll definitely see some differences in quality, such as here. So in the track, you can see the genuine versus the counterfeit. The genuine is definitely thicker, probably made out of a higher quality steel, if I'd imagine. And the profile is also slimmer, and where it engages with the switch, it's also not as wide or thick. I'm not really sure what to call these pieces right here, where it catches the blade at the top, but you can see they're also fairly different. I have noticed on genuine Microtechs, this catch right here always has kind of like a slightly curved shape to catch this piece right here. Whereas all the counterfeits and cheaper OTFs that I've taken apart all just have a bent piece of, I assume it's sheet metal. So it still seems to work fine. And let's see, going to the bottom. So here the counterfeits actually seems to be thicker and wider, but it might be cut from a lesser steel. So just keep that in mind. The spring differences, the springs actually seem to be more or less the exact same length. So I will add too, like I've said in my previous video, in my opinion, the way I see it, the counterfeit actually deploys easier and retracts easier, but still has plenty of power. But I also said that it could be because I've been using it for a few more weeks than I have been the genuine Combat Troodon Gen 2. So anyway, that's the track. Voice crack. That's the track. And so we'll talk about the locking bars next, actually, because that's a pretty important piece. So the locking bars on the genuine Combat Troodon are much thicker, and they have a slightly curved shape on them, whereas the counterfeit's just a flat piece of metal. But to be fair, this seems to work fine. Now, like I said also in my previous video, if you did a torture test, I have no doubts the genuine Combat Troodon would hold up better. I would hope it would, at least. I think somebody's actually done that. I don't really know what the results were, but maybe you can check that out. So again, same thing down here. And they both have little cuts. I don't know if I'll be able to show you, but there's a slight groove, like a little V groove in both of them to let the blade edge pass through. And so we'll go ahead and take the blades out and compare them. I'm not sure what to call this piece I'm taking out. I guess maybe a stop pin. Potentially that's what I'll call it. But it's definitely bigger on the genuine Combat Troodon. And so the blades are fairly different in the way they're shaped. I'm not sure why Microtech makes these cutouts. Personally, I don't really like that. I'd just rather have, you know, steel there instead of a cutout. I think I read somewhere that it was to save weight, but I think any weight that you would save from doing that is pretty insignificant. So, but yeah, that's pretty much the difference between the two as far as the internals go. I mean, you can look at the body; they're fairly similar, except for the cutout on the opposite side where that stop pin slides. But you know, that's pretty much it. So guys, I hope you got something from this video. I appreciate you watching, and take care.